I
I've
would
been
have
said
knocked
that.
him the out. And it's a reason why, you know what I mean, they went the other way. Stop playing with
Thank
me.
you. Thank you.
Stop playing with me. Niggas, real
No.
boxing motherfuckers know
No.
why they went the other way.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready yet. He needed a couple of more fights, they said. Stop playing. Y'all be
Come on, bro. That's what I'm talking about. We already said
That's
that.
right.
He
That's
said
right.
I was lying.
But I don't.
It ain't his time. Brian
That's
said the
right.
same thing. It ain't his time yet.
And I be trying to be nice because I support the young fella and all that, and he black and shit. I want to see him succeed.
That's my thing.
Niggas can't come up to me and do the same that they can do with other niggas. Niggas don't do that with me. I would slap the piss out of niggas' face. Niggas know who to play with.
But that was also what I'm saying. That his career is already in.
Niggas don't even really be saying my name. They be like, oh, I'm with everybody. I'm on everybody. I will stop everybody. Niggas say my name. Niggas say I knocked Terence Crawford out.
Can't lie. He also said he was 10 steps ahead of you. There seems to be some friction there. I know it's something that dates back. Are you surprised to see this after a win of that caliber?
No, I don't even care. None of that stuff don't bother me.
But it's okay. I'm happily retired.
Terence Crawford openly acknowledged that the spotlight now belongs to Jaron Boots Ennis. Instead of standing in the path of the next generation, Crawford expressed sincere support for Boots' continued rise, saying he wishes him nothing but success and genuinely hopes the young champion goes on to accomplish remarkable things throughout his boxing career.
It's Boots' era. I pray and hope that, he take it to the extreme. I pray nothing but success for him and his family, and all in all, it's all about competitiveness. And people want to see, this generation, how would they do with the previous generation? The same way with people comparing me to Floyd. We'll never fight, so I wish him nothing but the best.
When asked about the recent online exchange involving Crawford, Ennis dismissed the topic without any hesitation. He made it clear that he has no interest in revisiting old conversations or giving unnecessary attention to social media back and forth. His complete focus remains on writing the next chapter of his own career and building a legacy that will ultimately speak for itself.
All types of stuff, eyes closed. Like, when I left the ring, I didn't have no cuts, no bumps. My eyes wasn't swollen, like nothing. Like, I went in the ring the same way. I went in the ring and came out the ring the same exact way. So, I don't know. It is what it is.
Right after the fight, Terence Crawford tweets, "I'm going to keep my comments to myself, but y'all get it, I hope." What did you make of that?
I ain't worried about what nobody got going on. That kind of stuff don't bother me. I be locked in on what's in front of me and these other champions. And like I said, I'm here to take over this division, this sport, this game mine.
But it does seem like there's something there. I can't lie. He also said he was 10 steps ahead of you. There seems to be some friction there. I know it's something that dates back. Are you surprised to see this after a win of that caliber?
No, I don't even care. None of that stuff don't bother me.
But it would be a massive fight, right? I feel like he's going to come back at some point, and I think that you could be the guy to bring him back. That's a big money fight for you.
We'll see. As of right now, he retired. So he what do you say? He said he joined his retirement, right? So
yeah.
Meanwhile, Crawford shared another interesting story involving promoter Eddie Hearn. He revealed that long before a potential fight with Canelo Alvarez became part of the conversation, he challenged Hearn to back his confidence in Boots by putting real money behind a fight between them. According to Crawford, Hearn chose not to do that, and that decision told him everything he needed to know. From Crawford's perspective, there was no reason to continue discussing the matchup after that response.
Eddie been talking about that for a long time. But the crazy thing about it is I told Eddie, I said, Eddie, this is before Canelo. I said, Eddie, you keep talking about this fight so much. Put your money up. Eddie said, I'm not paying for that fight. I said, why not? You believe in your fighter? Oh, I'm not paying for that fight. I said, I rest my case.
Ennis also admitted that a fight against Terence Crawford would easily represent the biggest payday of his professional career. Even so, he refused to become distracted by rumors or unnecessary drama. He rejected the idea that Crawford was personally targeting him and insisted that outside opinions simply don't concern him. Instead, he encouraged reporters to stop bringing Crawford into every discussion because his attention is firmly focused elsewhere.
For you, right?
Yeah, you could say that probably, but there's other big fights out here for sure too, though. So,
Do you consider him a hater?
I don't consider him anything. I don't even care. Like I hear people just keep asking me questions about it. I don't even pay him no mind. I don't pay none of these people no mind. Don't ask me no questions about him, for real. That's how I feel. I
understand. It's just new stuff, you know, when that's being tweeted like seconds after the fight, it's hard not to ask you about it. You understand, right?
No, for sure, but I don't.
Crawford did offer one piece of constructive advice regarding Ennis's fighting style. While praising Boots for his incredible speed, natural talent, and explosive athleticism, he cautioned that the young champion sometimes chooses to trade punches when it isn't necessary. Crawford believes Ennis occasionally depends too much on his raw ability instead of disciplined boxing fundamentals. As the level of competition continues to rise, he emphasized that talent alone will not always be enough to secure victory.
I know he's faster than most, he's more explosive than most, but at the same time, he's shown in the past that he can get careless and that he's going out there just to fight, you know, and I don't think when you get higher and higher, that's going to be enough.
Eddie said this would be a massive fight.
Fresh off his impressive victory over Xander Zayas, Jaron Ennis remained completely focused on taking control of his own division. He encouraged fans to stop constantly bringing Terence Crawford into every conversation and instead pay closer attention to the challenges and opportunities currently standing directly in front of him.
You've been tired of hearing about Terence Crawford throughout the build-up to this fight, but he did tweet something that definitely seemed like in relation to this fight, without saying much, but you know, given a tweet right after the fight. Any response to Terence Crawford, who had something to say?
Yeah, we ain't worriing about retired. You know, we focus on tasking and taking over this division. We ain't worrying about no retired fighters.
Yeah, y'all keep on throwing Terence up. Terence, he retired. Leave Terence alone. Let him do what he's supposed to do. Y'all can have fun and enjoy.
Throughout the discussion, Ennis never spent time looking back at the past. His attention remained fixed on the active champions and top contenders standing between him and complete dominance of the division. Rather than chasing retired legends or fantasy matchups, he made it perfectly clear that his priority is defeating the fighters who currently hold world titles.
I feel way stronger this week, class. I should have probably been moved up, but as you know, I was standing down there, you know, trying to, you know, be undisputed down there, and those guys are down there playing around, and so I had to, you know, move up, and then I think that was the best decision I made, because I think I would have stayed at that way for too long.
I gotta ask you this, like, I know you be tired of talking about Bud, but I remember a couple weeks ago, there's a Gillian Wallow put out a video, and Bud was on the other side saying, I would knock that Boots out. Like, did you watch that? And what was your reaction to that?
Oh man, I'm in camp. I don't even worry about what he retired. I ain't worry about what nothing he got going on. I'm locked in. I'm focused on tasking him, and that's Xander's eyes. I'm locked in on that.
Does part of you still want to fight him though?
I'm not.
You're not thinking about it.
Say that one more time.
I said, does part of you still wish you can fight him?
He's a retired fighter.
Drawing from his own personal experience, Sean Porter explained that sharing the ring with Terence Crawford gave him first-hand knowledge of just how extraordinary Crawford's overall skill set truly is. Porter believes Crawford performs on a level that very few fighters in boxing history ever reach, and in his opinion, Ennis still has more to accomplish before reaching that same standard.
Buzz Boots, and
yeah.
I think that'll. I think Terence stops him.
It's such a special fight because you got two alpha males in the ring that are true alpha males. You know what I mean? I was an alpha male until I got in the ring with that dude.
It just
and that dude, like, it was like, the more he wasn't allowing me to do he wasn't, and it was like, damn, okay, well then, you know.
You had one of them in eights and the other in sparring?
I don't know, because that dude hit me with a right hand in the sparring, and I was like, I was like, yo.
Even with that opinion, Porter believes a showdown between Crawford and Ennis would have been something truly special. He doesn't envision either fighter earning an easy victory. Instead, he imagines a highly tactical battle filled with constant adjustments, precise counterpunching, exceptional timing, and elite ring intelligence. To Porter, it would resemble the classic technical battles between James Toney and Mike McCallum, where both men continually force each other to think through every second of the contest.
No, because Terence is just...
Somebody getting stopped.
I don't know. This fight right here, if this fight were to happen this year, it will go down in history as one of the classic fights that go with the Marvin Hagler and Tommy Hearns that go with the Ray Leonard and all of those.
You know
guys.
what fight I always thought these two would resemble in their own way was when James Toney would fight Mike McCallum.
Oh wow!
And they would have. Go watch those fights. You will see the highest level of exchanges in box.
Don't. Yeah.
Counter. Like just
with speed. And
Tim Bradley approached the discussion from a practical business perspective. He reminded everyone that modern boxing is influenced just as much by financial decisions as performances inside the ring. Because of that reality, Bradley advised Boots Ennis to stop waiting for Terence Crawford and instead continue facing whoever is available. Staying active, earning major paydays, and strengthening his reputation should remain the highest priority. In Bradley's view, Crawford has already cemented his legendary legacy, while Boots should stay focused on creating one of his own instead of pursuing someone else's path.
But that's the game, bro. Because trust me, this game is more business than sport.
So what do you do if you're Boots? What do you do to get those?
You look to maximize your money and fight somebody that's willing to step in the ring with you. Maximize what you get. Don't worry about what the other guys get. Just to get active. He's getting forgotten. Just chase it. Why is he chasing Crawford? Don't chase the bag. Make yourself a name. Make a name for yourself. You know, he just want to go straight to the top, and it's like, bro, Crawford's on a different level, different pay scale. You know, Crawford's at the penthouse. This kid is.
Shakur Stevenson also shared his thoughts, praising Jaron Ennis as one of boxing's elite competitors. However, he wasn't prepared to describe Boots as the next Terence Crawford. Stevenson argued that comparisons like those overlook the unique qualities that make each fighter special. Having known Ennis for many years, he said he has always believed in his ability and never doubted that Boots possesses genuine championship-level talent.
Dr. Boots Ennis, Eddie, a couple other people, called Boots the natural successor to Terence Crawford, and obviously I know your relationship with him. Do you feel that high on Boots as well, or?
Hell yeah, I think Boots is a hell of a fighter. I don't know about the natural sensation, whatever that is to Terence Crawford. I think Boots is his own fighter, Terence is his own fighter, but I think they both hell of a fighters. I've been around Boots for years.
Max Kellerman then explored what circumstances could realistically convince Terence Crawford to return for a fight against Ennis. He suggested that Boots' performance against Xander Zayas could significantly influence that possibility. A dominant victory would naturally increase public demand for the matchup, while any noticeable weaknesses might reduce the excitement. The rest of the panel added that Crawford's competitive personality, combined with his extraordinary accomplishments, including defeating Canelo Alvarez, could eventually tempt him back despite his previous retirement comments.
Interesting. If Boots looks totally dominant against Zayas, Crawford hasn't fought now in a year. He's almost 40 years old. If Boots looks vulnerable against Zayas,
he won't do it. Crawford ain't doing that.
I don't know.
But here's the other thing. Just me saying that out loud. If Crawford hears a couple people saying that, he'll come back and fight him no matter what, right?
Yeah. Well, if you turn down that money from Canelo, and you can easily beat him again, because you just.
He hasn't been out of the ring that long. I'm not saying he's retired yet. I know he's. I think he believes it, but
I'm saying
he's a fighter.
He dominated Canelo, the great Canelo. He dominated him, no shot for Canelo. And they offered him more money, and they begged him to come back, which would be easier fight if he did it. He didn't do that.
Showbiz offered a strong opinion of his own during the discussion. He challenged fans who suddenly claimed Crawford would have easily defeated Ennis only after Crawford stepped away from the sport. He also pointed out that many of those same people had previously argued there wasn't enough public interest in making the matchup. From his perspective, the fight should have happened years ago while both men were active competitors and the stakes were at their absolute highest.
The only thing that bothers me is all of you booty buddies out there talking about, hey, Terence Crawford will whoop Boots. Boots ain't ready for Terence Crawford. Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. Shut your ass up. Because we were saying this a while back, a year ago, even more than that. Terence Crawford versus Boots, and what y'all say? There's no money in it. Nobody want to see that. Nobody want to see that. So now that everybody's past it, here come y'all booty buddies. Hey, Terence Crawford whip his ass. Don't talk now. He's retired now. It's over now. You ain't want to see it before, then shut your ass up now. This is the No Bull Jive episode. Get that shit out of here. We wanted Boots versus Terence Crawford right after Errol Spence, and then he could fight Canelo because we knew how.
Expanding on that viewpoint, Showbiz praised everything Crawford achieved throughout his remarkable career, but admitted he doesn't believe the former champion is likely to return to competition. Because of that, he now considers a fight with Ennis unrealistic. Instead, he shifted the conversation toward Boots' future opportunities, especially a potential showdown with Sebastian Fundora, which he believes would become an outstanding, competitive, and highly entertaining championship fight.
Now that it's all over with, the guy's retired, all right? Terence Crawford ain't coming back. He was great. He's definitely a special fighter, all-time great fighter, but he's gone. He's retired. So Boots versus Bud will never happen. Forget about it.
I don't worry about coming back to prove anything, because me coming back and proving something to people that it doesn't matter, what never matters. To credit Boots, like, he's a tremendous talent and he's no walk in the park for no one.
Boots right now is doing the proper thing and negotiating with Fundora, and that shit's a barn burner. I have no idea who wins that. I'm damn near leaning towards Fundora.
Andre Ward also cooled the growing speculation surrounding a potential Crawford versus Ennis matchup. While acknowledging that many fans still want to see it happen, he believes the opportunity has already passed. Ward highlighted Crawford's historic accomplishments, including conquering multiple weight divisions before defeating Canelo Alvarez, arguing that those achievements elevated him into a category that only a handful of fighters throughout boxing history will ever reach.
Terence Crawford realistic, you think, or they're just like, nah, it's not gonna happen?
Of course it's not gonna happen. Listen, my man TC did the unthinkable, the unbelievable, the unimaginable. He knocked off Canelo from 3 weight classes below. And I'm TC all the way.
But if he doesn't decide to retire, sticks around, maybe tries to fully unify 160, is there a world where you could see Jaron, Ennis, and Terence getting it on because there's just so much attention for it?
Well, I think it's attention, but Terence is...
Bob Arum shared his perspective on why Terence Crawford has enjoyed so much success throughout his legendary career. He described Crawford as one of the most complete fighters of this generation, explaining that defeating him requires someone truly exceptional. Arum specifically praised Crawford's effortless ability to switch between orthodox and southpaw stances, forcing opponents to constantly make adjustments throughout the fight while making preparation incredibly difficult for anyone standing across the ring.
Good fighter. And, it would take a real wizard to beat him. Crawford has something that no other fighter around has, and people haven't commented on it, and that is he fights equally well as a southpaw or as a right-hander. And so when you train for a fight, usually the fighter he's fighting trains for him as an orthodox fighter, right-handed fighter. And so from the first round on, he'll turn southpaw, and the guy isn't ready for it.
Offering another viewpoint, Paulie Malignaggi said Jaron Ennis unquestionably has the talent needed to build an incredible legacy in boxing. However, he believes it's still far too early to describe this generation as exclusively belonging to Boots. According to Malignaggi, elite stars such as Shakur Stevenson and Naoya Inoue continue competing at the highest level, making this one of the deepest and most talent-filled eras in boxing rather than one controlled by a single dominant superstar.
And in a case like this is like the Boots era, right? So, I mean, with you who understands multi-divisions, like, do you kind of see Jaron kind of being one of those next guys, if anything, kind of following the footprints of...
I think he have to. I mean, he's a great fighter. He can start his own era like what he's doing now, but he got a lot of guys he got to compete with, like Shakur. He got Inoue. Those guys are young and still fighting. So yeah. I ain't gonna really call it the Boots era. I just think he's a great fighter.
Bernie the Boxer added another perspective by emphasizing the importance of showing respect toward boxing's established legends. He believes younger fighters should be more thoughtful when speaking about the veterans who paved the way before them. In his opinion, Ennis could have approached questions about Crawford differently, explaining that sharing the ring with someone of Crawford's caliber would have represented both an incredible challenge and an extraordinary opportunity. Even while believing in himself, Bernie still acknowledged Crawford's greatness and lasting legacy.
They don't got no they don't even know who they are. They don't have no sense of self. No sense of self. You're supposed to respect your elders. You're supposed to respect your elders. That's it. You're supposed to respect your elders. He said, he could have answered that way better. I would have loved to fight Crawford. If it truly would have lined up, it'd have been an honor to share the ring with Crawford. Can't say who would have won. I would believe I would have won, but Crawford is a great fighter, and it's never going to be any easy time with him. And all I can say was that it'd have been a great, tremendous honor. But he didn't say, he said that stupid shit because they keep saying, people still don't want to hear that, And again, like I said this, and I'm done. I don't want to talk about Boots no more as far as dealing with Crawford. He had the opportunity to make himself align with Crawford, but he didn't do that. That's it. This is the simplest route. That was the simplest way. Stay in the WBO rankings. Because WBO, they award their mandatories. They do that. I don't know about nobody else, but the WBO, they keep their mandatories. So if you are, like he said on $1 million worth of game, Crawford won the welterweight title in 2018. So if you've been wanting to fight Crawford since 2018, you finally up close into the rankings, why would you jump?
Brian Norman Jr. compared the two fighters and pointed out several noticeable similarities between their styles. He believes both Ennis and Crawford possess exceptional athletic ability, can comfortably switch stances, and generate offense from multiple angles. However, Norman feels Crawford separates himself through years of championship experience, victories over elite opposition, and steady growth across multiple weight divisions. In his view, those experiences helped shape Crawford into the more polished, seasoned, and complete fighter.
Who they are cancel out each other as far as height. They both switch hitters, lift, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in the big stage against big fighters so many times. And also with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So sure. I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So I got to go with.
Although the fight never became a reality, the debate surrounding Terence Crawford and Jaron Ennis continues to dominate conversations throughout the boxing world. Fighters, trainers, analysts, and fans all have their own opinions about how the matchup would have unfolded, and perhaps that's exactly why it remains one of the sport's biggest unanswered questions. Let us know your prediction in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss future boxing news, analysis, and exclusive coverage.